I'm PG, I'm ugly, and I'm hot, and this is my review of JID's new album, God Does Like Ugly. Following his critically acclaimed album, The Forever Story, in 2022, the expectations for this album were high, and quite frankly, I wasn't too keen on his lead single for this, Work, but the 4-song Prelux EP that came before it had me intrigued, which include that Eminem feature where it sounded like Eminem went back in time. Now that the album is here, did JID meet those expectations and ambitions, or did he trip over them? Let me go to Work, work, work. The production across this album is a highlight in itself. Dynamic soundscapes filled with trap-like production as well as gospel and soul influences. There are several unexpected beat switches, which we do hear in other JID projects. Unexpected beat switches mixed with experimental touches. For example, take the opener, You Ugly. It's chaotic, beat switching starting off with West Side Gun's spoken intro and transitions into this distorted bass beat followed by gospel and then back into another distorted beat. Or on Glory, where the beat is pitched down towards the second half of the song. Or on Of Blue, a prolonged 6-minute track that starts with a electric guitar layered beat and then transitions with this piano into something more soulful. And although there's no transition on the song Skate, it has this like pulsating club type beat which makes for a very upbeat moment on this album. As you can tell by these descriptions, it's pretty diverse production, but honestly it isn't that incohesive. JID has always been one to choose dynamic, sometimes moody production, which fits well with his flows, the narrative, and how he raps. And JID's lyricism here remains sharp, sometimes very captivating and very wordy. Songs like Community and K-Word pack a punch, where he talks about and gives critique on the concepts of power and gentrification, or K-Word talking about karma. Oh, and Community has the first clips feature in a long time. And yeah, I would say that's quite a cosign. On Of Blue, which is the 6-minute centerpiece of the album, which has JID taking this like spiritual journey, wrestling about self-doubt. Other lyrical points to make are on the opening song, You Ugly, which opens with chaos and flips and talks about meditations on black creativity and also has biblical references on it. On the song Glory, he talks about his incarcerated brother. Or on the last song, For Keeps, where he shares intimate reflections and talks about gratitude, even gratitude towards his fans. I know I was just going a little out of order there, trying to go off the cuff, maybe a bit chaotic and flow everywhere too, like JID. Pause. Hey yo, and there are plenty of features on here, and to put it simply, I thought they all did their part, especially Clips, Vince Staples, Ty Dolla $ign, and frickin' Sierra. And I didn't care for the super loud and angry Pastor Troy appearance and performance, and I do wish we got a full West Side Gun verse on the intro, but that's just me being greedy. God Does Like Ugly is an ambitious project, and it's lyrically, technically, quite a dazzling album. Some might say it has its ugly moments in terms of substance, or maybe some people wouldn't like the beat switches or some of the production being quite abrasive. But once again, this album does showcase JID's versatility, his growth, even if it's at a pace that non-JID fans can't pick up on. Great lyricism and some genre-bending production. Although this album definitely lacks the cohesion and sonic direction that we saw in The Forever Story on maybe a couple past projects, it's definitely more of a sonic roller coaster, especially considering the first half feels a lot stronger than the second, mainly because some songs on the second leg go back and forth between something a little melodic and then to something dark, maybe even drill type sound. Like going from On Boo and We Vibing into something like On McAfee, and then going from On McAfee into the contemplative sounding of Blue. Like I said, it's a chaotic and ambitious piece of art, really a piece of theater, which at this point, 4 to 5 albums into his career, JID seems very comfortable being in the director's chair of. So of course, discussions are had on what's the best JID album and ranking them and all that. Time will tell if God Does Like Ugly is better than his highly acclaimed predecessor in The Forever Story. Honestly, I enjoy the bangers that are on here more than the ones on The Forever Story, but as a whole, it's hard to judge because it is less cohesive. And of course, it just came out. It's undeniably bold, sometimes maybe overly textured, overly layered, and yet JID doesn't flinch with how he performs. 3 Album of the Year contenders in what, 4 weeks? We truly are blessed. My favorite songs are Glory, Community, VCRs, Skate, Wholeheartedly, and Of Blue. But what are your favorite songs on this album? What are your thoughts of my review? What are your thoughts on this album? Have you given it a listen? Please leave your feedback below in the comment section. Of course, if you like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. These are my thoughts. Stay blessed.